There's a few different ways you can graph linear equations, especially depending on what form you're given. So let's look at graphing this equation, which is given to us in standard form. Now, standard form is the form a times x plus b times y equals c, where a, b, and c are integers. You have a couple of options here. You could, and you can always do this if you get stuck, but we could make a table, plug in x's, and get out the y values. Now the problem with this is that if you do that, you're probably going to end up with a lot of fractions because it's kind of hard to pick numbers that don't leave you with fractions. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take this equation that's in standard form and I'm going to rewrite it in slope-intercept form. And slope-intercept form is the form y equals mx plus b. And once I have it in slope-intercept, I'll be able to identify my slope and my y-intercept so that I can graph it pretty easily. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rewrite it in slope-intercept form. To do that, I need to get y alone. So going back to my equation, let me start by moving the entire 5x term to the right. And that at least gets the x away from that y, but y is not totally alone yet because we still have that negative. I will put the 5x first and the negative 7 last. But the y still has that negative in front, or a negative 1, so I'm going to go ahead and divide everything by a negative 1. When you're multiplying and dividing, remember that you do have to do it to everything in the whole equation. So I'm doing it in 3 different places here, and it leaves me with y, negative 5x, and positive 7. So now that y is alone, I can see that my slope is negative 5. And usually we like slope as a fraction, so I'll go ahead and put that over a 1. And then my y-intercept is 7. So to graph, I'm going to start with my y-intercept and just find 7 on the y-axis. And then from there, I use my slope to find the remaining points. My slope is negative 5 over 1. And remember, that's rise over run. So negative 5 means I'm going up and down that negative 5 amount. Negative means down. So I'm going to go down 5 and then positive 1 in the horizontal direction. Positive would mean right. So I'm going to go down 5 and right 1, and I get my second dot. And we can do this as many times as we want. I like to make sure I cover the whole graph so I have all the points I could possibly get, but you really only need 2. Once we have all our points, we just connect them to get the graph of our line. So that's how you might graph an equation from standard form. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.